Hi, I'm Reverend Nina Rowe, founder of AngelsTeach.com, and welcome to AngelsTeach TV and another episode of Weekly Messages from Your Angels. This episode, actually, because of the 4th of July holiday, includes 2 weeks and is June 27th through July 11th. Last week, our angels had us focusing on allowing the divine feminine to come forward and being gentle with ourselves as we allow that process to unfold. The energies on our planet are very supportive of letting the more compassionate side shine through and really helping our aggressive nature to really come into balance and to ease back a little bit. I was just in a situation with my own family this morning. I'm a fire sign, and a lot of times my first reaction is to pounce, and it's to react. And my angels very gently guided me to just stop, to pause. I actually went outside and just breathed, and the compassionate answer came forward. And it was easy to do that because of the awareness. So I really encourage you that as you feel the inclination to pounce, to jump, to respond without really thinking things through, without really allowing that compassion to come through, to take the time to do that, because it's so important for us all to be stepping more into alignment with compassion for ourselves, for those around us, and for all of humanity. So this week's cards that we're going to be using are from Toni, Carmine, Salerno's Spirit Oracle deck. And I'm going to, as always, pull 3 cards. And the first card is New Direction. Interesting. This card actually came up twice in our Living with the Angels forum last week, which, by the way, if you're so inclined, is a wonderful membership program where you get an inspirational daily email as well as angel cards that are posted and live events, all for as little as $1 a month. Should you be so inclined, check it out at AngelsTeach.com. The second card we have is Angel Over Me. Beautiful card. I'm not very familiar with that one. And the third card is Remembrance. Interesting. I'm actually going to talk about the Remembrance card first. There's an element here that needs to be mentioned before we do the full card reading, because it's just screaming at me, and it's the images at the bottom. You can see there's 5, it looks like trees at the bottom of the Remembrance card, and it makes me think immediately of the poplar trees that you will see in Italy and other European countries especially. They're lining the roads, and what it's saying to me is order, 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 order. That order can be a really beautiful thing, and that a lot of times we associate order with structure, with strictness, with harshness. And this is about allowing gentle order, about really creating the intention of having order that helps us to move into that compassion that we were talking about before and be in that place of love. But it does involve discipline, and it does involve order. So I'm going to go back to that card in a minute. So let's go to the New Direction card here. And of course, drawn very obviously to the heart. Very, very strong heart center here. And what I'm noticing is almost like that compassion card that we had last week with that boom of compassion. There's a sense of the heart is rising up, and you can see the layers in the heart and the layers of complexity that comes along with opening up and with allowing love. That love isn't always just a simple thing. It is, of course, in theory simple, but when we really go to act from a place of love, that it can become a little bit complex, because we are balancing the ego that's trying to have its voice, what I like to call the sneaky little ego guy. So realizing that love can be somewhat complex as we release the layers and move into that space. Another image of the birthing, you can see her coming through. It's more about that divine feminine coming through and the light that just emanates as we do that. it is important to look for, I'm drawn to the words here, words not always relevant, but in this case I am drawn to new direction, and it is important to recognize that we are heading into a new space, that we need to be looking at things from a different perspective, that we need to be allowing these new energies to affect us, and the more that we resist them, the harder it is going to be for us. So allow that new direction to unfold for you personally as well as for those around you. Angel over me, the second card here. It looks to me as though she's sleeping. The angel herself is sleeping. Clearly the person lying at the bottom is in healing mode, I would say. She's lying down. I wouldn't say she's necessarily the human I'm talking about now. I wouldn't say she's necessarily sleeping. Again, I'm hearing with my clairaudient sense that she's in healing mode. And the angel is resting over her almost. And it's as though she's encompassing her. And what this is reminding us of is that the angels are an aspect of our higher selves. And that as the angels encourage us to rest, encourage us to allow that respite that we need. This is in the United States, of course, a time of vacation that's very common. It's time to let go, to play, to rest, and to really focus on what our body's needs are. And that's, of course, always important, but again, there's more cultural emphasis on it right now. Also, one last message in the angel over me is a reminder, of course, that our angels, as a part of our higher selves, are always with us, are always taking care of us, are always there, and all we have to do is to pause, to stop and to listen and to wait for their guidance, because it will come. Back to the remembrance card. Now I'm drawn to that swatch of white that feels like a river, and the mountain in the back. And the mountain in the back reminds me of Mount Fuji in Japan. And that great divide is what I'm hearing, is between. And so thinking about those trees and that gentle order and structure, going back to Italy. So again, this card feels very global to me. And that there's this remembrance that we've had a great divide, and that the gift of our global economy, that the gift of the communication that we have available to us helps us to connect in ways that are so fantastic, that really weren't even conceivable 20 years ago, or even less than that, as a matter of fact. So remembering how far we've come, and that while sometimes we can be frustrated with technology, that even those who are able to watch this video can be from all over the world. And I'm sitting here in my home in Norfolk, Massachusetts. So it's a really, really wonderful thing when we reflect and when we remember how far we have come, and to really give focus to that. Okay. Tuning in to see if there's any other messages here. And I'm being asked to pull one more card, because we are going to be doing this for 2 weeks. Okay, and the last card is opportunity. And I'm seeing immediately in this fireworks. And those fireworks, it's about having fun. It is summertime here in the Northern Hemisphere, and it is time for fun. Even if you are from down south of the equator, it's also time for fun, because the angels do like to remind us rather, that we need to play, that it's important to have fun. So, have a wonderful, wonderful couple of weeks. I look forward to being back here with you on July 12th. My blessings of love, joy, and abundance to you. Be well.